On September 17th, more than 1,000 people showed up to begin an occupation of Wall Street that is now well into its second week. The occupation has attracted a wide range of individuals and groups. Some of those involved in the occupation are protesting the greed and corruption. Others are launching a more widespread call to attack the very system that Wall Street represents, capitalism. Whatever the diverse motives of the protesters, the call to occupy Wall Street is just the latest manifestation of the continued economic crisis of capitalism in the United States. In 2008, when the current crisis began, many wealthy firms were threatened with bankruptcy. However, the Bush administration quickly rushed in to provide a bailout to the endangered companies, and the incoming Obama administration continued the practice of aiding the ruling oligarchs of the United States. Just as the ruling capitalist order is designed to help the wealthiest, so it punishes the poorest when crisis comes. The economic collapse saw unemployment and poverty sweep across the land. The number of jobless is now hovering at an official 9% and is expected by experts to remain at that level for several years. Those at the bottom of the social order, whether workers, minorities, or poor, have often been living from hand to mouth, or if they are fortunate enough, they may be able to receive unemployment checks from the federal government. Those who are occupying Wall Street can plainly see the hypocrisy in the ruling class. There was plenty of money to bail out financial firms in 2008. Now any increase in social spending is decried as impossible by the politicians. Far from offering any solution, politicians ranging from President Obama to the Tea Party only promise austerity and more suffering to the victims of capitalism. In light of these conditions, assorted groups of individuals and groups have begun an occupation of Wall Street. According to the official website of the occupation, the one thing we all have in common is that we are the 99% that will no longer tolerate the greed and corruption of the 1%. The hope of the protesters is to turn the occupation of Wall Street into an American Tahrir Square. For those who can think back just a scant few months, the protests at Tahrir Square in Egypt were the spark that brought down the long-ruling Egyptian tyrant, Hosni Mubarak. However, unlike well-covered Tea Party protests, the media has been largely silent on the Wall Street occupation. The major pundits have focused on a presidential election that promises more of the same. The media aren't willing to give voice to the protesters' message that there is actually something wrong with America, capitalism. Yet the ruling class is paying plenty of attention to what is going on. New York Mayor Michael Bloomberg said that the protesters have a right to peaceful demonstration. However, on Saturday, September 24th, a peaceful protest on Wall Street was charged by the police. More than 80 protesters were arrested. Michael Bloomberg and the New York police, like other apparatuses of the state, are making very sure that Wall Street is kept open for the ruling elite. The occupation of Wall Street continues. Let it be a clarion call to at last tear up this putrid institution and capitalism itself.